Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our dear brother. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. This is the translation of that message that he sent to me. Hello, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? I have been a long-distance bus driver for over a decade, navigating the roads of our country, going to South Africa and transporting people from one place to another. But there is this other particular trip that has made me to regret what I did. This was a journey that has led me down a dark path that has been driven by selfishness and envy. So it all started, this was in the year 2019, when I met this woman whom I will call Melody. Melody was a woman who was married to a man whom I will call Tendai, not his real name. So this man, he was in South Africa. I then communicated with him and he told me that he wanted me to help him to transport his wife from our country going to the neighboring country. So this man, he had been working as a teacher. I knew that. So he told me that once I had reached that country with his wife, then he was going to pay me. So he said that before you come with her, I want you to speak with her. So I was talking to her on WhatsApp, and when I looked at her on her profile pic, I then saw that she was quite a very beautiful woman. I then spoke with her and I wanted her to come to our garage so that we can negotiate. And then I was in that area when I was speaking with her, and she told me that I should come to her place. So I went to her place and I picked her up. When we were busy driving back to our garage, I then saw that this woman, she was very beautiful. I had been drawn towards her by her beauty, the way that she laughed. She was really nice to talk to. She made me to feel alive again. I then became obsessed with her. And I thought of a plan. I said that this woman, it was far much better for me to propose love to her before I would have taken her to her husband. So I did. As a man who was making a lot of deals, then I started pulling out huge sums of money and I was showing her all the money that I had. So I started fantasizing about her. I knew that she was a married woman, and the only way that I could have her was through something that was more sinister. I spoke with this woman, and then I lied to the husband that I was supposed to leave her. And then on the return trip to South Africa, that was when I was going to collect her and go with her to South Africa. I wanted to give myself time to think about it on ways how I could propose love to this woman, because I wanted her to dump her own husband. So after I had agreed with her husband that I was not going to bring her on that same trip like we had agreed before, then I went to this other traditional healer. When I went to that traditional healer, I told the traditional healer that I knew that he was a powerful man and he could do anything for me. I told him that I wanted Melody to leave her husband. So this traditional healer, I had been working with him because this man, he had given me a bottle that was full of Lucky Charms oil, and this Lucky Charm will used to help me so that I won't have an accident, and when I am on the road, the police won't bother me that much. I said that I wanted him to give me another charm that was going to assist me to make Melody to fall in love with me. The healer told me that it was okay, and he gave me a charm. This charm that he gave me, he said that first of all, I was supposed to bury this charm at my place. So I buried this charm at my place, and he said that after you would have buried this charm at your place, what I want you to do is that then you will go and you will throw it close to her house. That was what I did. After I had buried this charm, when I returned back to Zim, I dug up that charm and I went with it to her house as I was driving late at night, and I just threw the charm close to her house. Within weeks, I started to notice that this woman, she was now talking to me and she was complaining about her husband. She was always asking for advice, for my advice. She was sending me some messages that were from her husband, and she was like, this man, the way that he is talking to me, should I go to South Africa? Because I am scared that if I go to South Africa, maybe this man is going to kill me, because they were always shouting at each other over the phone. Then I gave her an advice and I said, do not go there. This man is going to kill you. Then there was this other day, it was late at night. We spoke and I told her that I wanted to come and pick her up. So she said, are you okay with that? And I said, yes, I want you. She said, you can come. I went there and I picked her up. We ended up making love at our garage in our bus. That is how I started a relationship with Melody. I was really overjoyed because of her age, very beautiful. I had won her over and I thought I had everything that I wanted. But as time went on, I saw that this woman, she was too demanding for me. You know, like when you are still proposing love to a woman, you make these promises that you know that as a man you will never be able to keep those promises. So when I'll be making these deals, then I will show her the money, even though the money sometimes won't even be mine. So she honestly thought that me being a bus driver, I was earning so much and I was always making these deals. But with time, that was when I saw that when you force a woman to love you because of money, that woman will never love you in truth and honesty. She will only love you because of the money. So at that time, I then spoke with her husband and I told him that I had deleted the numbers of his wife, but it was just a lie. I had already started renting out a place for his wife and he did not know anything. So this woman, what I used to notice was that when I would return back from a long trip from South Africa, when she would see that I do not have a lot of money, she used to deny me intercourse. She used to deny me sex and she would be like, no, we cannot sleep together. I was really heartbroken because I was in love with this woman. She was now moody at all the times, always stubborn. I realized that I had destroyed my life because I wanted this young, beautiful woman. She was no longer that woman that I had fallen for. Whenever I would be touching her, she did not even respond. And when I would be on the road, when I would try to call her, sometimes she would not even pick up my call. This made me to feel really jealous, thinking that maybe she will be with one of her boyfriends. It then happened that on our return trip from South Africa, there was this other woman. So this woman, we were supposed to drop her off somewhere here in our country. So when we had arrived at her destination, we were busy unloading her bags. Then she forgot her handbag. So I was close to the place where she had placed her handbag. Then I grabbed the handbag and quickly threw it back into the bus without people ever noticing. Then I started pretending as if I was checking the bus tires and the condition of my bus. This woman, later on, when we arrived in Harare, that was when we were told that she had lost her handbag. We looked for it, but we could not find it, because what I did is that I just said that maybe this woman, she had a brand new phone that she had bought in South Africa. So I wanted to impress Melody, and I thought that if there was a phone, I was going to give it to her. But later on, I then found out that there was a huge sum of cash that was in there. So I took the money as the bus was traveling. When I noticed that no one was looking at me, that was when I took that empty handbag and I threw it out of the window. So no one even knew that this was what I had done, trying to impress her. I did not want to go to my first wife to tell her that I had made so much money, because this was quite a lot of money. But I went straight to Melody, whom I was considering to be my second wife at that time, and then I showed her the money, and she said that we were supposed to buy a residential stand here in Harare. So I gave her the money and she was very happy. But my brother, this woman, she really broke my heart. I later found out that she had traveled to another country, and when I confronted her, that was when she told me that she does not love me anymore. Brother Nashi, I lost everything. I lost my first wife's trust, and I lost so much money, all the money that I was using on this young woman, and at the end of the day, she just dumped me like that. This is my own confession. I have learned that true love can never be forced. You can never buy love. And even if you try to buy love, you are going to pay heavily for it. This is what happened to me. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our brother right there. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. Yo.